Hello everybody, this is Shirley with Sew Till We Begin Embroidery, coming to you today for a little short tutorial. I went on to John Deere's website, and they had a free design kit. I think it's called Legacy Design Kit, and they had 5 free designs, and one of the free designs was a beautiful sunflower coaster. And so the design kit is free. I downloaded the design kit and decided that I would make that coaster because I thought it was so cute. They have a lot of other things there. Matter of fact, the lace, excuse me, the lace, freestanding lace that I did on those jeans a couple of videos back, I got them from John Deere as well. And those weren't free though. But they're not expensive. I think they're like $3.95 a design. That's about the normal price, so really not anything unusual. But I decided today that I will show you how I did the coaster because I think it's a really cute craft, and if you're interested in it, you can follow my tutorial, or you could go and get it from John Deere and get the instructions from them. So I will go ahead and get started with showing you everything that you're going to need. So I have on this table everything that I used. You have the sunflower, which is here, and make sure that you have a bobbin the same color of your organza. This is organza. I have 2 different yellow organzas, and I have the green organza. Don't need this. I can move this out the way, but you are going to need some cork, and you're going to need at least well, he said an 8 by 12, which is my 8 by 13 mighty hoop, and you're also going to need a stencil heating element, which I have here. Luckily I had one because I had bought a wood burning kit a while back, and I didn't realize that I had the tip for stenciling, and I will show you what that's for when we get to that point. But those are all the items that you're going to need in order to do this beautiful sunflower coaster. And as you can see, it's really pretty. It has the cork on the back and the leaves, and I have 2 different colors of organza that you can see that made this up. So I'm going to go ahead and move to the machine and show you the software and get started. Before I do, when I'm pointing out the material, also, you probably can't see it, you need to sandwich everything in between some water-soluble stabilizers. So it's going to be sandwich. You're going to have your 1 layer of organza on the bottom, then you'll put a layer of your water-soluble stabilizer, then you'll put the other same organza on top of it and make it a sandwich. Then you would hoop it into your hoop. So I will go ahead and do that now. So what I have now is 1 layer of my organza. And I place the water-soluble stabilizer down. Now I'm placing the other layer on top. Now I've created my sandwich, which I'm going to hoop. Make sure I got it as straight as possible. Now I have it hooped. So that's how you do each layer. So it's going to be 3. If all works out well, I will have to do that 3 times. So the next thing I'm ready to do is put it on the embroidery machine. As you can see, here's the design here for the leaf, and I'm not going to change anything. The size says 5.98 by 6.13, and I have my 8 by 13 Mighty Hoop on, so it should fit without a problem. So the next thing I will do, of course, is do my trace. So the trace is done, and since it's the only design on here and it fits within the stitching parameter, it doesn't matter whether it's up, down, in the middle, whatever. So I am going to go ahead and assign my thread color, which I have a green that is very close to this green, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch that out. So I'll hit the embroidery, I'll go to the use the magic wand, and my green is on my number 9 needle, so I will assign number 9 to it, and it's ready to stitch. Now I have it at the slowest speed, and that is 400 stitches per minute. I don't like to do anything that's delicate like this at a higher speed, so I'm just going to let that stitch out, and when that has completed stitching, then we can go to the very next step. Okay, it has completed stitching. I've finished that part, and I'm going to take it off of the machine, and then the next thing that I will do is use my heated stencil machine to cut it out. So I will show you the next step as soon as I get it off the machine. Okay, I have heated up my knife, my stencil heating element, and I have this tray. It's the back of a cookie sheet, and the reason I have that is because I'm going to use this element, and I don't want to burn my table. I don't want to burn my mat, so I figured something metal, it won't melt it, and I can go ahead and cut through it with this element. So hopefully you can see me as I do this. Not that good at it, but it melts this water soluble pretty good. So you just kind of go around the edges and melt it away. And you don't have to be 100% precise, because I did go back and clean it up with some of my small scissors. But this works really well to pull it out. And when I did the other one, I didn't use this, but I figured this would work better than what I did use. On the demo, they had some glass. I don't have any glass, so I figured this would be the next best thing. And I'm just cutting through it with this. I'm not cutting the thread, just the plastic. And I have this little stand to put it on. And here, well, I got to get the circle out too. Make sure I clean this out real good. And I just pull it up. Some places I didn't melt completely and it's just sticking just a little bit, but that's no big deal. It just pulls apart real easy. And here it is. Get that little thread off of here. Finished product. This is the leaves. I'm going to clean it up real good while my other part of the petals are stitching. So I'll take care of that and make it look nice and neat. Well, I have the next one hooped, ready to put on the machine. Now this is going to be a reverse from the original one because I had more of the more goldish yellow organza than I did the bright yellow organza. On the first one I did, the bright yellow organza was the largest petals and it went on first. And then this goldish color is the smaller petals and it went on second. So I'm reversing that. Just wanted to talk just a little bit, as I usually do. I want to make sure that I do talk a little bit about Z-digitizing. I use them exclusively for any of my custom designs that I need for myself and for my customers. I've been very pleased with their work. They have a very quick turnaround. They can get you a quote back within 5 to 10 minutes. If it's something simple, may take a little longer if it's more complicated, but they will give you a quote, and then it's up to you to decide if you want to move forward. They can get your design back to you in 1 to 4 hours for simple designs. If something more complicated, they'll let you know, and it may take a little longer. But you can get it within the 24-hour period, and unless it's urgent, let them know, and then they'll make sure that you get it within 1 to 2 hours if possible. They've been in business since 2002. They are worldwide known, and they do excellent work. They are proud of their quality, and what I like so much about them, they will work with you to make sure that you are satisfied with whatever it is that you're asking them to do. If you take a picture, a clear picture, and send it to them, email, they will digitize from that picture and it will come out looking very, very good. And if for anything you're not happy, just send it back and they will do a revision for you free. And there's no cost until you've accepted the design that they have embroidered. And then once you do that, then the cost is not expensive at all. So I do recommend that you get in contact with them and see if they can do some work for you. And the thing that is really good now, I do have a 50% off discount link in my description. So click on the link. There's 2 links in there. One will take them to their subscription program, where you can subscribe if you want and become a member to get so many different already digitized designs, or you can buy them one by one. And you can do that with a 50% off if you use my discount coupon. And the other one is if you want the custom digitizing service, again 50% off using my coupon. So give it a try if you are interested or you need to have anything digitized. So I just want to give that little information out there to make sure that everybody is aware that Z-digitizing does excellent work, and I stand by them. Okay, I have the next part already hooped, and I've pulled it up on my LCD panel, and this is one side. And then as you can see, hopefully here, there's 4 different pieces, and then you're going to have your middle piece. So you had your leaf, your 4 different, these 2 are the largest petals, these 2 are the smaller petal, this is for your insert, and this would be for the back of it for the court. So this is the one that I've pulled up, And once I pull this up and have it arranged, I'm going to add this to the same panel if possible, because I didn't do that before, so I ended up hooping extra and I didn't need it and wasted material. So let's see how this works. As you can see by the LCD panel, I kind of have them off-centered a little bit so I could get them both on there, and I traced it, and so they should work. They're both going to stitch out. It doesn't matter if they're not lined up together because they're going to be cut out anyway. So I just wanted to make sure that it fit on my in my hoop without hitting any of the sides, and I did do the camera to make sure that it would. So you can see how it's looking within the hoop and the fabric and the design. So that should work really well to get them all stitched out correctly. So you can see it's stitching out now. It's stitching the decorative part of it, and once that's done, then it'll stitch the leaf. Once that's done, then it'll go to the next one and stitch that out. And I will show you the finished product when it's done. As you can see, having it offset like that did not cause any issues or anything. So now I'm going to take it off and get it burned out and put the smaller petals on and get those stitched up as well. And then we'll be ready to start assembling the sunflower. Well, I have the last one on. I have it staggered as well. These are the smaller petals, so they should fit on here well, and we'll see how this goes. Now I am ready to start the placement stitches. It will be 3 of them. I will be putting, the first one is the X in order to find out where to place the green leaf. And I have to admit, I forgot to tell you about the tearaway stabilizer that needs to go on in order to complete the flower, as well as some painter's tape that will be needed to tape down the different leaves and petals in order for them to be stitched in place. So I will show you that as I put the 3 layers on. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with the X. Okay, X marks the spot. Now I'm going to tape down the green leaf. The center of it will be centered right here where this X is, if you can see it. And then I will put the leaf down, and it's going to stitch out the placements for the petals. The large petal goes down first, which is the darker color yellow. And then the next placement stitch would be placed. After I put the green one on, the leaf on, then you get a placement stitch, then you're going to get another placement stitch for the second petal. And I will show you how all of that works to put it together before we start the center of the sunflower. So I have this taped on, as you can see, with X. Then I have the painter's tape taped to the outside. Now I'm going to do the next placement line for the big petal. Take it off, put the big petal on, then stick it back on the... Okay, I have the large petals on, which is the darker yellow, and I have that taped down on the edges, and it's going to, the next stitch is going to be the placement stitch for the smaller, brighter yellow petals. So I'll go ahead and hit start on that one. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the bigger petal down, and once I have that down, then the next stitches that will start will be the beginning of the sunflower in the middle. Okay, now that I have the second petal on, and you try to get it as close as possible, it's a little difficult to do that, and you can't close it up because you can't tape on it. So hopefully this is going to stitch out in the right diameter that it's supposed to be, even though it's gaping a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and see where we are. So it's looking good, like it's stitching in the center of the sunflower area, and then the darker part is going to stitch around that. So I will let it go ahead and stitch, and when it's done, then I will show you the final step, which would be putting the cork on the back. So that center part is completed. Now the outer part of the center is going to start, and close up the gap and fill in the spot that's inside of the sunflower. So it's laying down the underlay, of course, and stitching a little bit on the petals, but I think that's okay. I did speed up the stitches to 600, and it's getting the underlay. It looks like it's stitching in the right position. It does stitch out on the petals a little bit, which it did with the other one, which was I was a little surprised because it makes it look like it's off a little bit, but it actually turns out fine. And everything was centered like it's supposed to, so I'm assuming that's the way it's supposed to be, but it will turn out okay. I don't know if there's any way to prevent it from stitching out on some of the petals, but I'm going to let this go ahead and stitch out, and when it's all done, then I'll come back and show you the last step, putting the cork on the bottom, and that will complete our sunflower coaster. Well, the center part has completed, So the next thing to do is to put the back on. The next thing to do is to put the back on. So we see the center part, everything is done. I'm going to take it to the table and I'm going to go ahead and take all the tape off of it, and then we'll be ready to go ahead and stitch the back part. And then this particular project will be completed. You see the sunflower is really pretty without all of that tape on, and you can move your petals and everything and see the leaf. But the final part is the back, where I put the cork on and tape it down, and it's going to stitch around and complete this whole project. So let me put this on and we will get it finished up real quick. Don't forget that you do have to set your thread, and they suggest that you try to have your bobbin thread and your top thread matching, because of course the back part can be seen. So I have everything set up so it should stitch, and stitch on that cork to end it, stitching around. So that is completed. I'm going to take it off and finish it up, clean it up, turn it over, cut the excess off of the cork and pull it out of the tearaway stabilizer and show you the finished product. So this is how it looks on the back, sewn. This is how it looks on the front, sewn. So all I need to do is untape it, tear it out, clean it up, and we're done. So there you have it, two very pretty sunflower coasters. This is the one that I made today. This is the one that I made the other day. And all you got to do is just kind of push your flower petals up, shape them up and everything, and you will have a beautiful sunflower coaster, which I will be using. So if you like this design, if you like this little crafting thing, then I will put the link below to let you know where you can get it from. John Deere, like I said. And I just want to clarify two things that I forgot. I forgot to tell you about the tearaway stabilizer that you need and the painter's tape. So don't forget that. Everything else I think I included. And it's not a difficult project to do. It can be a little time consuming depending upon how you have everything arranged. It really isn't hard. And the end product I think is really cute. So I will be using these cute little coasters. And again, thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate you when you come by. Every time I have a video, as usual, I ask you to subscribe if you have not. If you enjoy what you saw, if you got some benefit from it, I ask you also to give me a thumbs up. That's very important. and to hit the notification bell. So if you can do that for me, I do appreciate it. And don't forget that I will be going live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do plan to join me going live. And this is all I have to show you for today. Thank you very much for stopping by. And until I see you next time, stay well.